Welcome once again. We apologize arriving to you 2 minutes late. My name is Patricia Lukoma. Mpango Mugalu Mohammed is with us on sign language. Now straight away into the bulletin. Somalia has officially become the 8th member of the East African Community after signing the EAC Accession Treaty. The event was hosted by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni at State House, Entebbe, as we hear more from Saddam Mulbale.
Somalia has formally joined the East African Community through the Treaty of Accession ceremony held at State House, Entebbe. The solidifying of Somalia's entrance into the East African Community now adds to 8 the number of bloc's member states. The event was overseen by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni as one of the founding fathers of the bloc, alongside 2 other heads of state, Salva Kiir of South Sudan and Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, the President of the Federal Republic of Somalia, and the East African Secretary General Peter Mathuki. The current chairperson of the East African Community, the President of the Republic of South Sudan, Salva Kiir, formally welcomed Somalia to the East African Community Regional Bloc and highlighted on some of the benefits that come along with Somalia's admission.
Somalia, along with the rest of the member of East Africa Community, will enjoy the 5 freedoms: free movement of goods, free movement of persons, free movement of labor, free movement of services, and free movement of capital, and 2 rights.
The President of the Federal Republic of Somalia, Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, is optimistic that his country's joining of the East African Community will contribute to prosperity due to its strategic relevance.
Somalia's membership is not just timely but natural, enhancing the bloc's trade and investment potentiality. Somalia's geostrategic significance will elevate the community's global reference and strategic importance. Somalia's integration will strengthen people-to-people connection, benefiting the East Africa in various aspects. As I said earlier, Somalis are already here in the East Africa community. We are part of the family, but today, as His Excellency President Museveni said, we have been a newly born for the purpose of legitimacy and legalization.
The East African Community was established to promote trade among member states, and as of 2022, it has managed to grow to a total East African trade of $78.7 billion. And according to President Museveni, this can grow further if the region realizes strategic security, which will contribute immensely to market benefits.
The second logic is strategic security. How can we be secure from, you see what's happening in the world, the wars, the what, and what happened to us? How can we be secure? Can Uganda alone be secure in the world? Even if Uganda becomes a developed country, can it be secure really? Against America, against China. Now, suppose China decides to become an imperialist power. They are developing now. They don't have a lot of resources inside China. There are very many people there. Suppose they are saying we are too many here. Some of us should go to Africa. How shall we defend ourselves against? So that's why we say the second logic is strategic security.
Somalia's admission into the bloc was approved by regional leaders during the 23rd Ordinary Summit of the Heads of State held in Arusha, Tanzania, after successful negotiation that lasted close to a year. As Somalia signs into accession to the East African Community, the country now has 6 months to ratify the East African Treaty for its citizens to fully enjoy the privileges being enjoyed by the East African members in the East African region. Saddam Mulbale, UBC News, here at State House, Entebbe.
Now, the Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, has encouraged the staff members at the ministry to embrace modern teaching techniques with the goal of narrowing the education gap and fostering critical thinking skills in children. During the culmination of the ministry's year-end engagement, the First Lady highlighted the achievements of the ministry and emphasized the commitment to ensure adequate access to quality education for all learners.
Came up with a very good idea.
The Ministry of Education and Sports has bid farewell to 14 officials who have reached the mandatory retirement age. Among the retirees is Dr. Jenny Gao, the Under-Secretary of the Ministry. In recognition of their constructive contributions to the Ministry and the education sector, the First Lady, also the Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, commended the retirees.
Have our homeland in this season, because not everybody who wants a job and may even be skilled has the opportunity to serve. So as we close this year, we should not forget to stop and truly thank God for the opportunity He has given us to serve. When we have an attitude of gratitude, God is pleased to speak us His ways, and that definitely changes the way we look at life.
Minister Janet Museveni took the opportunity to reflect on the achievements of the year, expressing commitment to implementing modern teaching methods to ensure access to quality education for all children.
Focusing on our vision, which is quality education and sports for all. We should focus our planning on closing the learning gap and ensuring that every child has access to quality education. What I value most that comes with these 21st century skills is the critical thinking that we are introducing into our learning so that our children can begin to think for themselves and critique the learning that comes to them and ask questions and have the freedom to think for themselves.
The Education Service Commission has requested the additional resources to complete the dissemination of the country-wide validation report.
To request you, Mama, for your continued support to the Education Service Commission to complete the dissemination of the country-wide validation report to the rest of the country. We have so far managed to disseminate it to the Greater Teso region.
The ministry has outlined plans for the improvement of human resource development to align with the ever-demanding and dynamic education environment.
By our country, our children were able to sit with the primary examinations, Uganda Certificate of Education certificates, Uganda Advanced, and many others. If it was not for the school fires and the ADF rebel activities in Kasese district, we would be celebrating or scoring 100%.
Mama, we have the National Teacher Bill 2023. You presented this bill, Mama, to Cabinet and got it approved.
The ministry highlighted the challenges faced, particularly the ADF attack on Obiliha Primary School in Kasese. However, a significant achievement was the groundbreaking for the construction of the ministry offices in Chambogo. Abudu Nasili Lubwama for UBC.
The Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabanja, has applauded the Development Initiative for Northern Uganda program and its implementing partners for their support towards developing the northern part of Uganda. This was in her message delivered through the State Minister for Northern Uganda, Grace Freedom Chiyu Chwinyi.
development initiative and supervised by the Office of the Prime Minister, with an agenda of consolidating stability, eradicating poverty, undernutrition, and inclusive socio-economic development. The program has for the past years focused on food, security, nutrition, and improving livelihoods.
The Lepton district who benefited out of DINO program. Profitable, job-intensive, gender responsiveness, and environmentally sustainable agricultural sector in Uganda. And result one, we have a specific objective. One, it's to support diversified food production and commercial agriculture.
The health sector and well-being of locals have also been given great reception, with the program offering immunization and family planning services to improve health care. At a workshop held at the OPM in Kampala to celebrate DINO's performance, Ambassador John Sadek, head of the European Union delegation in Uganda, shared some of the milestones the program has covered.
DINO marked a move towards an integrated territorial approach and built on a long history of EU support to the northern Uganda region to build peace and promote socio-economic development. We need to remember that DINO has achieved this in a period that also presented some very real challenges, including implementation in the midst of the COVID-19.
The Prime Minister, in a speech read for her by the State Minister for Northern Uganda, Grace Kuitwini, urged implementing partners with the government to prioritize supporting the youth.
I would like to thank the European Union for the support provided towards the development of Northern Uganda region. I want to extend my sincere gratitude to the EU for partnering with us in the achievement of Vision 2040. But I would like to single out the focus on youth empowerment. And this is because the poverty indices in Northern Uganda is very high. And when you are looking at poverty, our engagement is at the individual level, but also at the household level.
Premier Nabanja urged local governments to follow up on the projects for sustainability.
The program has clearly put the district local governments and their leaders and technical staff at the forefront of the implementation of the various actions. The success of the program could only have been achieved because the district local leaders embrace the implementation through coordinating and monitoring the interventions. I think we can agree that indeed more should be added to the DINO program. I would like to add my voice to the ones before me and suggest that another phase of the DINO program be considered.
The political and local leaders from the districts that make up Northern Uganda commended the great work of DINO.
Zombo district was enrolled on digitalized system of local integration revenue administration, that is IRAS, under DINO program.
Local production staff trained, 9 staff from the production department were trained. Next, constructed a community police post at Nakiloro, that is in Katikekle, equipped it with furniture, installed a solar system, did electricity wiring, awaiting a power line.
I would love to see DINO continuing and DINO looking at Teso as a region, not just Katakwi, Amuria, and Kapelebiong.
The total program cost 150.6 million euros. I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
Registrars and magistrates have been tasked to ensure that the judiciary contributes to the socio-economic transformation of the country while executing its judicial agenda. The head High Court Civil Division, Justice Musa Sekana, communicated this on behalf of the principal judge during the closure of a two-day Registrars and Magistrates Conference in Kampala.
Again, I don't know The two-day Unregistered and Magistrates Conference held in Kampala aimed at devising means on how justice can be extended to Ugandans and equipping them with various knowledge and judicial skills has been concluded. The Principal Judge, Dr. Flavian Zeija, represented by the Head High Court Civil Division, Justice Musa Sekana, closed the conference.
Now take this honor to declare this conference officially closed.
In his remarks, the Principal Judge commended the Registrars and Magistrates for their judicial duties in extending justice to Ugandans, however, urged them to continue ensuring humility in execution of their duties.
That the manner in which you interact, deal with and attend to person signal services, be it litigants, witnesses, members of the public, attorneys, etc., portrays either positive or negative image for the judiciary. It should be intrinsic in you that the exercise of judicial power comes with humility because it is derived from the people and exercised in their name.
He also advised them to contribute to the judiciary's transformation agenda of ensuring social and economic transformation of the country.
Research has shown that for you to have an effective and efficient judiciary, it is critical for a country's social and economic development. The duty to make the judiciary contribute to our nation's socio-economic transformation rests on all of us, both individually and collectively.
The Chairperson Governing Council of the Judicial Training Institute, Justice Mike Chibita, urged the judicial officers to utilize the knowledge and skills obtained from the conference to ensure justice for all Ugandans.
Time wasted is never time gained. So the business we are on, the things about backlog, they can be cured by time, keeping time. And you should establish yourself as somebody who keeps time. Start things on time, and then the rest will follow suit.
By the closure of the conference, various resolutions had been reached.
Should build better relationships with justice stakeholders and sensitize the same on the limitations of the offices. Judicial officers should identify training gaps while appraising and supervising staff.
The 2023 Unregistered and Magistrates Conference was held under the theme, Making Access to Justice a Meaningful Contribution to Uganda's Transformation Journey. Rebecca Nantongo, Susan Nabugude, UBC News.
Muslims have been urged to remain united in all circumstances as the leaders continue to work hard to find solutions to some of the challenges they are currently facing. Let's hear more in this report.
Everything has been guided in the Quran and the Sunnah. The current situation with our leadership in Uganda is not like you are thinking. No. And it is totally anti-Islam. The sheikhs are preaching hatred to the Muslim community. And we are now a laughing stock in the country as Muslims, obeying the leadership and not rebelling from them. How do you obey a leader? Islam is very straight in the Quran and the Sunnah. There is no any single minute Islam has given you a line to abuse a leader or to rebel from a leader. No.
The freedom of expression in this country, the freedom of worship in this country, embedded in our so many laws that we know, the Mother Constitution, the Constitution of Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, and so many areas, dictates that members of General Assembly should be given a chance to discuss, to deliberate on these issues. We as sheikhs, we're also deliberating, but logic dictates that we shouldn't stop any. We are getting a voice of that is trying to cripple and trying to silence others not to talk, that members of General Assembly shouldn't assemble except on a tune set by His Eminence Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubarak. That is unacceptable.
People, they are at war with Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala because they have behaved in a manner which contradicts with the teachings of Islam. When they signed that agreement with the buyer who was supposed to take that land in Zimbabwe. There is that part where they agreed on interest that you will be paying this much addition to the money which was supposed to be paid. That one Islam does not allow it. That is riba. And the moment you act, you behave in eating riba, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that if you do that, you have declared war between you and Allah tabarak wa ta'ala.
Upon all the members to come, we sit, we see how we can handle these things.
Now, police in Kansanga have used bullets and tear gas past residents who were blocking the road to Gaba in protest against KCCA destroying their properties along Gaba Soya without compensation.
This was in Kansanga along Gaba Road as residents expressed their dissatisfaction with the KCCA for breaking their houses and business places without compensation. They temporarily closed the road with the trees, stones and other objects. Even with the intervention of military police, the situation remained chaotic. And then there was this. These residents' houses are being demolished as part of the road and sewage improvements as the country prepares to host NAM at G77 plus China summits here in Kampala.
Like movement, we had to improve some drainage structures in order to avert flooding, the frequent flooding that was mainly at Soya and Otospa. What we discovered and established, people had blocked all the stormwater drains, stormwater channels, and they also built in wetlands illegally.
Luyimba says no compensation will be given to these demonstrators because what they are doing is illegal.
That is done illegally cannot be rewarded. We cannot reward people who have committed illegalities. A wetland has particular functions and particular activities that can be allowed. Some limited farming activity.
Ajatimisa Kabanda is the Minister for Kampala and Metropolitan Affairs.
Otherwise, Sandi agadde bantu basenera muna bintu byabwe petition we ziri wane zireteddwa era nziforwardize wa Idi alabe kyagenda okukola naye nga sobola gamba nti bajje basende omuntu baali ku plan yo bamakaage basobola mu advising tiwano wazimba si watufu setula ate Sandi agadde abantu kwekalakaasa kuba obujagala twabujjamu mu Kampala.
Robert Katamba, Jamil Sekaja, UBC News.
And in fisheries, the National Resistance Movement mobilizer Rosemary Seninde has asked the UPDF Fisheries Protection Unit deployed on the lakes, on the sides of the lakes, to always use reasonable force while fighting illegal fishing activities. Seninde, who was officiating at NRM Cadre's end-of-year party in Bunga, noted that too much force usually leads to loss of lives for the innocent people.
National resistance movement supporters converged in Bonga to dialogue on various issues within their party. The end-of-year festivity, organized by the NRM party, brought together different supporters in their different areas. The NRM National Mobilizer, Rosemary Nansoboga Senindi, while presiding over the event, noted with concern several complaints from fishermen regarding the conduct of the UPDF Fisheries Protection Unit.
There could have been some problems because according to the challenges that we have seen, or according to the information we have gathered from all the lakes, especially when we carried out research, we realized that people were not satisfied with the way probably some, not all, but how some soldiers were handling them.
Mrs. Saninde asked the leadership of the Fisheries Protection Unit to reduce the force they use, especially on civilians, but further asked the fishermen to refrain from illegal fishing.
Because I don't think the soldiers would use force if the people were complying to what they were guiding them.
NRM cadres have also been urged to popularize government programs by encouraging their communities to engage in these programs.
And as Madam Seninde says, that now the population is so huge, so NRM services cannot reach to everyone, so we should be the only ones who are overlooking and who are monitoring and administering those.
Human beings before our differences, and put a seat in your heart for everyone to sit there. You can imagine if you put everybody in your heart, how he will leave your heart when he's very happy, and how can he turn against you and harm you.
Lieutenant Naduli Zake, chairman of the NRM Gaba Parish, acknowledged the NRM members for their efforts in serving the people. He also asked the President Kaguta Museveni to find a solution for the question of harassment of fishermen at the lakes and law enforcement officers at Gaba. Senior citizen Muzaina Duli Kibale encouraged the youth to engage in constructive activities in order to earn a living. Other NRM cadres also urged Ugandans to desist from being misled by groups of selfish people. Story compiled by Joseph Mwingo for UBC News.
And in Arua, renowned politician and DRC's House of Senators in Kinshasa, Medard Asenga, has commended President Yoweri Museveni for promoting peaceful coexistence between the Congolese and Ugandans. Medard, who is also the head of the Senators and DRC, says there should be no challenge in accessing the two states as East African community moves to the free visa status. He said most communities from the two countries share similar identities, urging leaders from the two countries to jointly work together for the development of the East African community.
I want to appreciate unity between Uganda and the DRC. It is all about our children. They need not to separate because we all speak similar languages and we need to have love among ourselves. I requested the two governments to have peaceful coexistence because we all are brothers and sisters. If people from Uganda go to Kinshasa, I am available to help them. And the same can apply to Congolese who come to Uganda. President Museveni is a person with a good heart. May God help him to continue. Our election in DRC for the president and the national deputies will be by Wednesday next week. As head of Oriental Province, I have come to campaign for the candidates in our various counties and the president. And I also urge people to have peaceful election.
Do you all prefer browsing?
The Assistant Commissioner of Pharmacy Supply Chain and Logistics at the Ministry of Health, Martha Ajelong, has called upon all government hospitals to embrace and make use of available digital systems in health facilities to ease service delivery.
As government moves to improve access to medicines across the country, as per the Health Supply Chain Roadmap of 2020-2030, 84 health facilities have already been connected to the national internet backbone and plans to connect 600 facilities over the next 5 years.
And so far we have about 13 facilities that have been properly handle the digitalization process. That is, we can see what they have actually got and dispensed, and the users, and even the reporting system is being addressed, and we can see.
Ms. Ajerong says the move to digitize the system aims at streamlining the movement of health commodities from the medical stores to the final consumer.
Digitalizing the health supply chain system, we want to see if the commodities have moved from the warehouse up to the facility, and we want to see as this commodity being taken, who took the commodity.
Under the Health Supply Chain Roadmap, government is expected to increase its funding towards the health sector from the current 30% to 70%. Currently, the sector is highly donor dependent.
Their support. So it means that the government of Uganda needs to own up, allocate enough resources in terms of funds, in terms of human resources, to make sure that at least we have a self-reliant national health supply chain.
During the meeting that was convened by the Office of the Prime Minister, government ministries and departments highlighted their key priorities and how they have budgeted for them. Nasali Fatia, reporting for UBC News.
Now, the Chief Executive Officer of Uganda Federation of Mall Gwemgo's Credit Cooperatives, UFCC, Andrew Chepa, has outlined the strategic vision for 2024, emphasizing the imperative to fortify governance structures in order to uphold transparency and accountability. These key insights were unveiled at the annual Mall Gwemgo's conference in Kampala, sponsored by the Korean Conference on Confederation of Mall Gwemgo's Cooperative.
The president of the Uganda Federation of Mall-Gemiko's Credit Cooperatives, Samwiri Mavibres, highlighted the remarkable progress and achievements attained by the Federation in 2023. Substantial growth in membership, enhanced financial stability, significant infrastructure development, and the success implementation of comprehensive training programs are some of the notable successes.
Our membership has grown to approximately over 10,000 members in individual MGs. Our share capital and savings has also drastically increased to over 1.5 billion shillings.
Andrew Chepa, the Chief Executive Officer of Uganda Federation of Mall-Gemiko's Credit Cooperatives, envisions a strategic and forward-thinking approach in 2024. The focus will be on continued growth while addressing inherent challenges such as governance.
We have people who think that villagers cannot run their own institution, so they want to come and capture leadership and mismanage our resources. So we are trying now to prepare ourselves as to how we can mitigate the risks that have started emerging.
To tap into new opportunities, the Federation will cooperate with other financial institutions, particularly those supporting farmers and youth as avenues for diversified services in the upcoming year.
And also to mobilize more people to join our village banking model so that we can build sustainable institutions.
In a significant partnership under the establishment of model villages in Uganda, the project has joined forces with Mao Gemicos to empower youth in agribusiness, making a step towards sustainable development.
We prepared 3 subjects for the training: agriculture, entrepreneurship, and finance. So from those trainings, youth can learn the practical knowledge, as well as they will learn how to develop the business proposals and submit for the financial support they need.
Addressing accessibility and operational efficiency, delegates proposed the digitalization of all Mao Gemicos services.
But also makes our services more efficient. People are able to access their savings, people are able to access credit, people are able to interact with their village banks within the shortest possible time.
The outstanding Mao Gemicos was awarded certificates in various disciplines, highlighting their significant contributions to the cooperative and the border community.
Meet Stone Atwine, the co-founder of Eversend, a startup that is building financial technology from Uganda to the world. From currency exchange to business banking, Stone and his team are doing it all. Stone embodies the grit and the commitment to take a startup from nothing to something. Stone, keep building. You are unstoppable. MTN, the Unstoppable Network, celebrates you. Download the Eversend app or visit eversend.com, and together, let's support Ugandans like Stone, who are driving our country's unstoppable progress.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Titus, you need to take your medicine.
But Mom, they are playing without me.
Here, swallow your medicine first. I don't want you to get another headache from that infection.
Medicines help us feel better when we are ill, but sometimes they can cause side effects. By reporting side effects, you help us learn about the medicine we use. This improves quality of care for each patient. Always report suspected side effects to NDA. Together, we can make medicines safer for everyone. This message is brought to you by National Drug Authority with support from Global Fan.
Are you passionate about a healthy living and wealth generation for your household? Learn how you can easily tap wealth and health from Mother Nature using science and technology. Omukenkufu Nyanzi Julius Echuma Chiwagala Chuma has written a knowledge-packed book, Money Grows on Trees, Sente Zimera Committee. Grab your copy today at 20,000 shillings only at Prof Bio Research Equatorial Mall, Aristoc Booklex branches, Acacia Mall, Garden City, Kampala Road, and Jumia, Uganda. Or call 0703-152-152 for deliveries. Remember, Money Grows on Trees, Sente Zimera Committee book is autographed by Omukenkufu Nyanzi Julius himself.
Well, thank you so much for keeping it with UBC TV, in particular News Tonight. You're still with us, and we're still enjoying your space as we delve into the world of business. Now, Minister of State for Microfinance Haruna Kasolo has halted the renewal of licenses for money lenders across the country. Minister Haruna says he has received numerous complaints of irregularities by money lenders. Hence, new terms need to be set before the licenses are renewed.
I'm officially launching this digital platform for microfinance institutions. Official system launch. See, the other thing I told you about money lenders, and I'm going to arrest all of them. They are, can I call them money lenders? They are everywhere on every building. They open like shops on every building. There is a money lender. And they make people pay back every day. Every day. And once they don't pay back, they go, once they get them, they cane them. What is this? The regulator is here. So when I went, because I was about to arrest them, when I made research, I saw the license with her signature and the chairman. But now, from what she said, but some of these people forged their signatures. Anyway, I told them now that the license is about to, the period is about to end, it is ending in December. Stop new license. We must have a meeting in January for all money lenders. Then I talk to them. Don't license any new. Don't. Now I know all the money lenders licenses are ending in December. So January, don't. Please. Please. Don't. Let me first have a meeting with all money lenders. Let's have a meeting.
Now, the National Women's Fish Organization, UNEFWO, is an organization that unites women in the fishing industry. It has advised youth to add value to their work in order to benefit from them. This advice was given by Lovin Kobushinje from UNEFWO president during training of youth from various districts.
In a move to improve on production in aquaculture and the fishing sector, the Uganda National Women's Fish Organization has empowered youth aged 18 to 35 in this field with value additional skills. Lovin Kabusinje, the president of the organization, says this training is key after identifying that youth lack knowledge about aquaculture.
The youth are very willing to learn. They are very cooperative. They have been with us, and we see passion in them, and I know they are going to put what we have taught them into practice. They can do fish business, they can deal in feed manufacturing, they can do in so many
they can add value to the fish.
The director of Vocational School, Crispin Wanyahoro, says this training is a hands-on to enhance youth with more skills.
One key important thing is to make sure that the training is hands-on. So, and for instance, currently, that's why we are working with the organization to give appropriate skill.
The participants appreciated the training, but also shared the challenges they encounter in the fishing industry.
You have been made to know more of the things we didn't know, because we have been introduced to new terminologies, especially according to aquaculture.
So what this foundation does basically is skilling the youth so that they can be able to make their own jobs, like have their own job opportunities, employ themselves, because there is a lot of unemployment in Uganda.
I face a challenge of insecurity on the lake. Some people can use it as a chance. Like some people can dive, let's say, from maybe using other boats. They dive from the other side. They end up coming. So they steal the fish.
The training has been attended by youth aged between 18 to 35 years from districts of Wakiso, Kampala, Luwero, Mityana, and Mukono.
I am the chairperson of this group that got money. The group is called Kalsandala HIV/AIDS Craftswomen Group. UWEP gave us money in 2017 and they gave us 3.3 million Ugandan shillings. We used it in 1 year and got 23 million out of it. We do baskets and kitchen gardens, and we also have a saving group. We thank UWEP because this money helped us as women. Women can now educate their children and build houses because many of them are single mothers. We work without jealousy because we want to leave a legacy that even those who will be around tomorrow will appreciate.
Bino byebifo byemugenda okutegelya mu Uganda. Singiddenga bino mukaaga Desemba tugenda kwentera Resort Beach omuli Africa Band, Alien Skin n'abayimbi abaliko. Era Boxing Day Palasa Shiba kwa Kamwesi.
Shiba Karungi, and I'm calling you out on Boxing Day at Kamwesi Mall.
Abayimbi abalala bangi. Asitano mu Desemba tugenda kwa Sheraton Gardens. Radio for UG Mix Dance Party. Dr. Jose Chameleon, Big Size Baby Cool, Shiba Karungi n'abalala bangi. Asatu mu Desemba Masindi tugenda kwa Radio 7 UG Mix Dance Party. Lumu January 2029 tweyiwa ku Resort Beach Entebbe. Olwo lumu January era tugenda kwa Africa Band kwa Kamwesi. Kati gwomanyi gy'onaagenda bitindikibwa Baitu Group Limited biteedwa mu sente Leonard Contractors. No worries, but I'm sounds Baitu Group. No.
Where you go, MTN.
Welcome to the world of sports. Uganda's senior men's American football team was flagged off to Nairobi, Kenya, where they are to play the second leg of the American football America's Own series against Kenya on the 17th of December 2023. The flag off was done this afternoon at Makerere University training grounds, as we hear more in this report.
After the 14-0 loss to Kenya, White Rhinos in the first leg played at the Legends Grounds in Lugogo on the 12th of November 2023. The Uganda Generals, who have been in camp for a while preparing for the return leg, are confident that this time around they will get victory.
Last time we got some issues with the pitch, but this time around we have been training hard and we are ready to win. We have prepared ourselves on the touchdown, because last time we did not score any touchdown. And then the other thing we worked on, the defense.
As a team, we know we have a huge task ahead of us. Lifting the Ugandan flag is not easy, but of course we are generous, just like our name. It's not easy being a general, so we've worked so hard for this game. The boys have worked hard. They've been showing up for practice on time. We've seen how best we can enter into the Kenyans' minds and make them make mistakes such that we can capitalize on their mistakes.
I'm very confident in this team. They've studied hard, they've trained hard. We will be ready for the Kenyan White Rhinos. We're a very good team, and Uganda should be proud of the work these guys have been doing.
The team coach, who blames most of their shortfall in the first game to poor refereeing, is hopeful for the best result against Kenya, as the refereeing has been put in order.
For the previous game, I always say we won that game, but the scoreboard didn't reflect the win. The game was there were so many penalties in that, so many fouls in that game, but the referee didn't call the penalties, so we ended up losing the game. Courtesy of the referee. But this time around we have a new referee who is going to officiate the game. And as a team, we are confident and we shall get that win.
The African Zone Series this time around is acting as a qualifier for the World Championships happening next year in Finland. The Kenyans have 14-0 on the first leg against the Uganda. Those are 2 touchdowns and 2 conversions. So we need to have at least, with the minimum, we need to have at least 5 touchdowns for us to automatically go through to qualify for the World Championships next year.
The team will travel to Nairobi by bus tomorrow and play their game on the 17th of December 2023 at the Impala Rugby Grounds in Nairobi, Kenya. Grace Joyce Kemigisa, UBC News.
Now today, the 15th of December 2023, the Victoria Pearls showcased their prowess in a gripping match against Nigerian women during the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Africa qualifier that was held at Picture Square Entebbe Lakeside Oval. The game unfolded with a fervor that defined the tournament spirit. The encounter commenced with Uganda restricting Nigerian women to a mere 63 run for 9 wickets in the allotted 20 overs. Then the stellar performance by Consolate Aweko secured 3 crucial wickets, and Sarah Akiteng clinching 2 wickets and solidified Uganda's stronghold in the first innings. Now facing Nigeria's formidable bowling attack in the second innings, Uganda encountered a challenge. However, undeterred, they showcased resilience and skill, achieving a total of 66 runs for 4 wickets in just 15 overs, untimely claiming victory by 6 wickets. This triumph propelled Uganda to be in Group B, securing 6 valuable points. Their next challenge awaits the semi-finals against Tanzania and then the second place team in Group A. The stakes are high as both teams vie for a coveted spot.
Topping the group as Uganda is a bonus to us as a team. It gives us that upper hand of facing the second team on the other side. It doesn't make them any lower than us. It gives us just that upper hand of seeing who emerged second the other side. So as a unit, we are happy to face Tanzania, and we shall have a lot to work on come that day. So it's up to us as a team to see that we keep our heads high up there.
Our strategies won't change that much. We will still go strong, and because this is we have reached a moment whereby it is a serious business. The Saturday game, the semi-final, will be the most hardest game, but we will come strong and we will win the game.
Now, a team of 37 players and 17 Busitema University staff have been flagged off for the 19th edition of the Association of Uganda University Games, set to start on Saturday this week at Uganda Christian University, Mukono, with a call by the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Paul Wakoto, to prioritize a spirit of winning in addition to exhibiting a high degree of discipline.
We expect you to bring back trophies. Don't settle for less than the best. Our motto is we pursue excellence. And while there, remember that you are pursuing excellence.
We are prepared for the 19th House Games. We are fielding 6 teams: Scrabble, chess, darts, karate, athletics, football. So we are the champions of Scrabble in East Africa. And all the other events that we've taken, we've held trophies and medals, and we are so prepared to compete in these house games.
We have properly prepared our sportsmen and women to compete effectively in this 19th edition of house games. We have always performed very well in our sports, and we are sure this time our students are well prepared to do their best. As usual, we expect to bring back several trophies and medals to Busitema University.
We are going for gold, not silver, nor bronze. We are coming to get the gold in all the games we are going for. In indoor games, we know we are always the best in mind games, and we are coming for that. For football, we are second on our league table, and we are still going to fight. That one we are going to fight to win. We are not going to lose, and we are hopefully we are going to get it back home.
We've developed a plan together with Busia municipality to establish a 50-seater sports complex at the university, which will support not only university events but national and international events. And this is an initiative which we are calling upon all stakeholders to support the university, because it will be beneficial not only to the university but the country at large.
Expect the best. Expect fire this time around.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of us. That's all we had time for. My name is Patricia Lukoma. Mugalu Muhammad has been with us on sign language. Thank you once again. It's a good night and happy festivities.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
The family of the late Emmanuel Babalanda announces the untimely demise of Mrs. Clementine Nambuya Babalanda, which occurred on 9th of December 2023 at International Hospital, Kampala. Vigil will be held on 17th December 2023, 4 p.m. at Cobb Road, Seta. There will be a Requiem Mass on 18th December 2023 starting at 12 p.m. at St. Paul's Catholic Church, Mukono. Burial will take place on 20th December 2023 starting with the Mass at 10 a.m. and burial will be at 2 p.m. at the family home in Namunsi, Nakaroke, Mbale off Kumi Road. Informed her relatives, friends and in-laws. May her soul rest in eternal peace.